Welcome, folks. Yeah, I know I've been away for a bit. My bad. The Dark Domain has gone temporarily away for a bit. A lot of family stuff and, work. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. All right. So, I'm going to hit you with a bunch of stuff. All right. We're doing episode 1 and 2 simultaneously. Only because they mesh exactly perfectly. Now, some of you probably have read, and we know, like, all right, the beginning of both episodes, they tie into each other. So, episode 1, on the radio, um, you hear about Qatar. Then, episode 2 tells about what happened in Qatar. So, that was perfect. Granted, it's not part of the game, and we all know the game. Well, for those that do know the game, we know the game. A lot of things that were perfect. There was a lot of scenes that I was like, oh shit, might as well be watching a video game, but now it's live action, and I was happy about it. Um, I'm more curious as knowing the game and seeing what they're doing live action. I'm hoping they do one of two things. Now I'm gonna bring up the Watchmen. I've talked out with a bunch of my friends and the guys over at Drunk Dads. We talk because we work together, so we talk. We try to bounce off information. So I'm referencing The Watchmen. Now, for me, that I own the graphic novel, I read it before the movie came out, and then see it. Everything in the movie was page for page until the end, which was perfectly fine. I did not mind that they changed it because that's the most confusing part is the end of the book with that weird fucking tentacle monster. I'm okay with that. Everything else, page for page. It was done perfectly. Right now, um, these two episodes so far are pretty close. I know the changes, which actually I'm not that mad about. I mean, the tentacle thing out of the mouth, and I'm sorry, gonna say spoiler alert, my bad. A lot of spoilers for those that haven't watched. The tentacle thing out the mouth, oh, it still it creeps me out. It makes my skin crawl. But it's still good. Still good. They did use the spore aspect from what I think is in certain uh camera angles you see like things floating, which that's fine. They're not using spore aspect, and I understand it's like they didn't want them to wear a gas mask. Well, Joel wear gas masks every time, and she's like, "I'm all good. I can walk through this, and I can't get killed. That's fine." But so far, it's really good. I liked episode 2 for Ellie's sassiness brought out more. Like, to me, it was fun. Like, she knows, like, it's like, yeah, I could get bit, and I'm pretty much fine to keep walking through this shit. I don't know about you, but the sassiness I like. So far, visually, I have to say this 100% visually, like, it's hard to figure out what is real areas and then green screen. I mean, we pretty much know what green screen, the visual effects is, but I mean, it's hard to tell when they're using real areas and then it's so perfectly done. Like it's literally watching the video game. I know they made a lot of changes, and for those that are fans, like I personally would say, I don't think many of the fans that know the video game are that upset. Like the little changes makes it move transitionally smoother. And they're still not off from what the video game is. Like technically, we're getting killed by a giant bunch of mushrooms. I don't know. You tell me. Bunch of mushrooms trying to kill us? Okay. You know I do love mushrooms. Just gonna let you guys know that I love mushrooms. My wife doesn't, but I do, and my son does. So I have to sneak him when he eats them, and I eat them. But besides that, mushrooms are fucking great. But that type of mushroom, oh man, that's the only closest thing that we could actually have to a true zombie apocalypse. It's that type of fungus. Thank God it only affects ants or insects. I don't know about any of the live animal, probably does, but as long as it's not attacking us yet. But it can happen. Overall, episode 1, episode 2, dead on, perfect. We had a joke at my job about in episode 1 where Ellie and Joel not Joel, Sarah gets shot. I was like, oh, that it was exactly the same. I mean, it was exactly the same. The shot was different in perspective. One was close shot, one was far shot. Foreground, mid ground. But I was like, and we had a joke. One of the guys I know, he made a joke. He's like, if that happened and your daughter got shot, a dad would be exactly how Joe went with his daughter at that moment. So, given that said, I can't wait to this Sunday. Um, before I leave you guys off of episode 1 and 2, episode 1, I'll give it easily good 7.5, and I'm only doing that in technically it should be it's an 8. I'm just saying 7.5 because we know they changed some stuff. Episode 2, I know they changed some stuff, especially with Tess dying the way she did, because we know in the video game, spoilers, sorry guys that didn't watch it, she went out by the military. Both of them, they're to me they're 8s. I'm giving 7.5 just because they had to change it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's good, solid. It's like I said, it's like Watchmen, good, solid. So these 2 episodes, perfect as far as knowing the video game. I'm very happy, and I'm gonna hope that anyone that wants to do a video game adaptation takes notes from these people and is like, change it just so. I mean, change things like because in in live action, all right, it may not make slight sense, but do exactly like this. Like do like the Watchmen. Like Watchmen took page from comic book. This, well, the best thing is you got the guy that created the game helping on this. It's like, no, change small stuff, but make it make sense that it still has a basis in the story. And I think if any new type of video game adaptation or comic book is do like use this as a platform of understanding. Is like you want to get your fans, people to watch, grab that and then build off of that. Change some things because it might not make sense on film, but I mean that's the one good thing about a video game or a comic book is that's a story. That's what we see or play. Live action is you could change it, but don't change it and make it like corny or stupid. And people, us as people as fans that know certain stories. Like if we wanted to see it live, like give it to us the way that we should see it. Even if you change something that a fan could be like, I'll let that slide because it's slightly that little change makes sense. So I'm gonna go back on some other shows that I'm gonna update with you. Secondly, there's some other things I'm looking forward to. I just saw Shazam 2, their trailer. Very interesting. I don't know what to really say. Like I can't like really judge it. Um, there's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. Um, like I said, subscribe. Hit me up in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram with questions. If you have questions that like you kind of want me to kind of talk about and pick my brain or vice versa, talk about, it'll be up in the subscription box or the follow page that you can. I will say this: 1 and 2 so far, I give it a 7.5. But technically, they're eights in my book, but 7.5 for certain things. But it's like an 8, 7.5. Um, I'm very happy. One, it gives me something to watch for one aspect. Two is it. It's great to have like the person that literally made the game to have it. Two great characters, our Mandalorian and Pascal is perfect, and to play Ellie right there. I don't know. Wait, are my fingers in right? Ellie. I don't even know which way to go. Oh, camera's opposite. Down. Ellie. Ellie makes her character even more fantastic to see it live. Because I really do think, even in the game, she's snarky, sassy, everything. Um, I can't wait till this Sunday. Uh, I will. You know what? Instead of doing every episode every week, I'll watch three, four, do those together to give. I think they only have for the first season till 9. Oh, for you video games fans, I don't know if you guys know. Sorry, spoiler. He doesn't know. Well, at least the creators of Last of Us, if three's coming out. I heard there's a spinoff, uh, but we will see. It's a great story that they did for 1 and 2. They left us a cliffhanger that could continue if they do a spinoff or whatever. It's a great story of what would happen in a post-apocalyptic world, and this is where you're at. So, like I said, I'm glad this came out. I'm not knocking Walking Dead, but it's up there. And I will honestly say, out of The Walking Dead, there are some things I'm like, I haven't read the comic book yet. I'm doing it in reverse. But I would say it's like for certain people that have read it and said, you know what, like we need shows like this. And this one is probably 10 times better than Walking Dead because it's staying true to what us video gamers know. It's staying true. So with the little twist, that's fine. As long as you don't go crazy. Uh but I'll say 8 to 7, 7.5. I'm not giving a full 10 because it's not like direct. The little changes, the little changes is not making it be not a best show. It's still very fucking good. Visually, perfect. It looks like a video game. Everything they're doing, straight from the video game. Like, that's why I say 8, 7.5. So, for now, I'm gonna sign off. I might have something to drop in there as a little quippet, but for right now, episode 1, episode 2, awesome. I'm happy. I hope you guys, as followers of the video game, and follow me and love so far following the story. Sorry if I drop spoilers for those of you. I had to do it. It's not my fault. I had to do it. 1 and 2 drop. I'm sorry. The Dark One is signing out for episode 1 and 2 of The Last of Us. I gotta go deal with my minions. Peace out, be safe, respect each other, love each other, be the best person you can be. I'm out.